Hey everyone, and welcome to another movie about Bitcoin news. Yeah, let's say Bitcoin has risen into this resistance area overnight. We talked about it in the last movie. The range is from 63,760 to 64,344. Right now, there is no real proof that this is really wave 2 that has reached its peak. However, this makes Bitcoin very likely to drop quickly in a C wave. But once more, I don't trust this wavecom at all. One idea I have is that this could be a 1-2 setup with a third wave coming down. But the wave below it isn't abrupt, so this C wave would have to be a diagonal. So it's a good idea to be skeptical. To say it again, I'd still rather see higher prices. I just want to draw attention to the fact that the price could test support. Again, that's not a bad sign, that's just the chance or risk that Bitcoin might try to test the support area. And if it does, the area of support is set between 62,100 and 60,225. There might be a third wave coming next. That would mean that the third wave would bring the price to this area, though it would likely be a little lower. The idea would be to add 1.236 to 1.618 to it, and yes, 61,280 would be great here, but we'll see. Even though I'm not sure it will happen, that is a fair wave count if the price breaks above the. It's not the overnight high, it's the morning high. That was the peak of the second wave swing. It seems to depend on what time zone you're in. But if it breaks above that at 64,000, well 64,000 and then breaks above resistance at 64,344, I think that was the next goal for the upside since we've already touched the 1.38 extension level. It's likely that Bitcoin will next reach the 1.618 extension, which will likely be in the third wave extension. But I do have to say that Bitcoin's next high could be the last one in this rise that began on September 6th. It might be the last one that goes well. It's very important to understand this because the price may have formed the top of wave 3 when it hit my first ideal goal for this third wave, the 1.38 extension. That's possible. In light of this, please be ready for the possibility that we will only get one more high instead of two. Still, I'm keeping an eye out for higher. I also showed you how to use the daily chart in the last movie. And on the daily chart, we're getting close to a key pivot, which we can also see on this smaller window by the lower levels. You can watch the last movie if you want to see the daily chart. That's where I talked about the daily chart again and talked about which other levels are important above. However, this recovery could end with one or two more highs. After that, the next bigger drop could happen. Then, on the daily chart, there will be a key support level that we can keep an eye on to see if the price could still go up. For now, yes, I think this might be rolling over, but I need to be sure. What would be proof that the third wave of falling prices is happening? A break below 62,770 would mean the end of the trend. The wave was low. Keep in mind that confirmation is not proof, and this has been a pretty boring sideways move. Altcoins are more interesting right now than Bitcoin, which is pretty dull. It's clear that Bitcoin is still the market leader, but Bitcoin isn't going anywhere while altcoins are. That's not something we've seen in a long time. Let's quickly look at how Bitcoin is doing. That's what I told you in the video yesterday. We talked about Bitcoin's power because it's not as strong as it used to be. We've now hit a support area that is defined by the range of 56% to 57.4%, and we can see a small reaction here. However, if you ask me, it looks like earlier wave counts on Bitcoin dominance were wrong, so this is all just speculation. Even though it's not a tradable product, I believe we could make a case for an ABC structure. We may now have formed 5 down in wave A. That means the next thing could be a B wave rise. So that would mean Bitcoin is once again in charge. Then there might be another drop, and for a short time the altcoins might be ahead. However, these are very small moves. They don't really matter. The most important thing is to keep an eye on the market and be ready for a possible big top, which might have already formed but hasn't been proven. First, I want to see a break below 56% and that purple line. But the next high might be the last one. Then it might be altcoin season when the weather changes. Right now, altcoins are already beginning to move. This dip is not at all different from the ones we've seen before. I mean, maybe, but nothing. So it's not really a big deal. It's not even very big. There is only a small dip right now. That's why Bitcoin is staying the same and altcoins are going up and doing better. Also, Ethereum in the very short run. So that's the news about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the news. Please click like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Also, if you liked the videos a lot, please check out the channel membership. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more posts. Thanks for seeing it. Goodbye.